Hey, what's going on, everybody? Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, Honest Aim, tipping the hat to some astrology again that's going on today. So what is happening? It is December 17th, 2017. We have a Sagittarius party happening right now and a new moon tonight at 1:30 a.m. Here in Detroit Eastern Standard Time. So what is that? What does that mean? We have five planets, five astrological planets in Sagittarius. We have the moon, the sun coming together at 26 degrees. Okay, we have Saturn at 29 degrees of Sagittarius. And we also have Mercury and Venus, who just formed a nice conjunction last Thursday, all in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the explorer. Sagittarius is philosophy, education, religion, higher self, higher purpose, right? And the personification of the Sagittarian is a minotaur. It's the horse with the man top half with his bow and arrow aiming strongly and swiftly. And this arrow is pointing toward truth, right? So this is about coming into our own truth. That's what this is really studying so strong right now, is coming into our own truth, not being afraid to communicate truth, not being afraid to be ourselves in the midst of what seems to be chaos all around us. You know, there's so many people saying you have to do this. I mean, I get bombarded with so many. I love watching a lot of philosophers and different astrologers as well, and a lot of things on YouTube. And every single commercial is, what's your bank account? You need to follow these steps in order to reach this. You have to do the things the way that I did these in order to get this. So buy my book, buy my CDs, buy my DVDs, go to my seminar, do this because that's the way that I did it and it's going to make you rich. You know, it's maddening. You know, everyone here is on their own journey. Everyone is on their own truth and their own path. And all these other things to me are just great distractions. You know, don't even listen to me. Turn it off if you want to right now. You know, but these things are such great distractions into tearing us away from who we are and coming into our own. And that's exactly what's happening upstairs right now that's reflecting down here. Is we need to be so ourselves, you know, that there is no other person that we would rather be. You know, we can sit back and watch TV and say, oh, you know, look at this movie star, or look at this you know, basketball player or sports player, or this makeup artist or this model, and I wish I could have their life. I wish I could be them for a day, or know what that's like, and live in the Beverly Hills or these amazing places. And it's like, no. Maybe the grass is greener on the other side, and maybe for a day they would love to be in your shoes and see what that's like. And that's where we are coming into right now. It's coming into our own so strongly that it's like life's purpose, life's destiny. You know, have we done our homework in this past? We've had this transit of Saturn is a 2.5-year transit that's been traveling through Sagittarius, right? And it started back in September of 2015. September of 2015. Where were you at September of 2015 that began this journey? I remember exactly where I was, and I remember the exact things in my life that have happened that were almost the most absolutely traumatic events in my entire life happened the second that Saturn hit Sagittarius. And now Saturn's at the 29th degree, and on Tuesday, he's going to be moving into his home sign of Capricorn, which I'm very excited about. So over the past 2.5 years, he's been traveling through Sagittarius and forming this harmony with Uranus and Aries. And Uranus and Aries is breakthrough to self. It's rebellion. It's I'm on my own path, I'm on my journey, and you're in my way. You can't stop me. I will not think the way you think. I cannot do the things that you do because this is my life. This is my own path, right? So now that Saturn's on Tuesday is coming back into its home sign, it's kind of like our parents coming back home. They've been gone for a 2.5-year trip, and we can stay up as late as we want and drink all the soda or beer and get shit-faced and party all night long. The house is a mess, but that's fine because I'm doing me, I'm doing my thing, it doesn't matter. And we're coming to this time of where it's like, oh, it's 29th degree of Sagittarius and we're moving on Tuesday back home. Mom and Dad are coming back home, and it's going to say, what have you been doing? What is the life that you've created? and where do you want that life to go? And over the past couple of months, we've had that great trine that I talked to you about in the last video here, this trine of this fire trine of the North Node in Leo, Uranus in Aries, and Saturn over here in Sagittarius, and it's putting us on our life's path. You know, again, it's that Minotaur with his arrow, and it's saying, you know, some people say shoot for the moon or shoot for the stars, you might hit a moon, or we'll shoot for the moon, you might hit a star. Whatever this expression is, it's like, no, that's your expression. That's your philosophy on life. And my philosophy on life is I've done the homework, I've played darts enough, I'm aiming for the bullseye, and I'm going to hit that bullseye because that's where I want to go. That's where I want to be. And that's what this is highlighting tonight in a beautiful, beautiful way, is it's like, okay, we have done the homework. We have realized the things that we've done in our rebellious acts over these past 2.5 years. This great learning and expanding our minds, expanding our hearts, and expanding our own personal freedoms to say, okay, this is the life I want to live. This is where I want to go. This is the truth that I want to bring to people. This is the truth I want to communicate. This is the truth in my heart. This is the truth in my work, right? So all of these things, it's forming that beautiful, harmonious trine again with Uranus, and it's self-breakthroughs. It's no more about rebellion, but it's about breaking free of other people's philosophies and ideas for us to come into our own in the best, most amazing way that we can, to live life the most authentically that we can, so that we're on purpose with our own hearts and our own desires, right? So whatever it is that you do that makes you happy in life, wherever your job is, it's getting by right now to make money to support yourself in these dreams, that's where we need to go with ourselves in these days. So a couple other aspects that are happening right now, we still have Jupiter in Scorpio for a full year, right? And that's gonna keep going on. So we have this uncovering of our emotions, uncovering of ourselves. Jupiter is expansion. Expansion, expansion, expansion. And Scorpio is the death and the resurrection, okay? So it's the death and resurrection of self and expanding self. It's shedding light on the shadows, okay? And it's also be the mirror for others to see clearly. Because in Jupiter and Scorpio is other people. We're going to see ourselves in other people. Other people are going to see themselves in us, as we are manifestations of our own greatest strengths and weaknesses. That's who we bring into our lives. We bring in people that are our greatest strengths, and we say, I love that about this person, and that's going to make me want to work harder and sustain this and go a little deeper, right? Or they say, hey, this is what's going on with that person. This doesn't seem truth. That truth doesn't resonate with me, right? So again, it's about authenticity. And not presenting it one way and being another. How often do we see somebody on social media that's promoting this life and this style of living and all of this, and then when you meet them in person and you're talking with them and you're like, wow, you are not anything like what you're putting out there. You know, you're not this spiritual. Oh, you took a walk outside in nature. Does that make you spiritual? No, it means you walked in nature. Oh, you sat and watched the sunset and you put that on Instagram and Facebook. Does that make you a spiritual person? No, it means you watched the sunset, you know. So what about, you know, couples? How many times do we see couples that are posting the perfect selfies and oh, we just had the most amazing time doing this, and then you hang out with them and they're just fighting the whole time. You know, it's like, what is the truth in this scenario? Is the truth what we're showing to other people? Is the truth what we want others to see? Or is the truth where we are when we're standing naked in front of a mirror, when we're standing naked with our partner, our spouse, or not standing naked with your boss, but you know what I'm saying? It's coming down to that realness of self. That realness of how we interact with other people, whether it's business, partnerships, your lover, your best friends, or this person you meet on the street. Are you holding open the door for that? You know, it's cold out here right now, you know? And this me first attitude that's been going on is something that's going to cease. We have to learn, yes, to put ourselves first so we can take care of others. I'm going to be strong so I can be strong for you. You know, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to hold open the door for you and make sure you get in there. You know, go start the car to warm it up first. You know, so it's kind of doing that groundwork. So another aspect we had, which just happened this past week, you know, is really highlighting relationships, is when Venus made a square to Neptune. Okay, Venus square Neptune. Are our relationships equal? Do we feel that this is a condition? Do we feel that this is a give and take, that this is a tug of war happening right now? And as long as the tug of war, as long as that flag's a little bit more on my side, I'm happy. But the second that it goes on that side of compromise, that I'm now unhappy and that my love is going to change for these people or person, whomever it may be in your life, you know. And it's kind of setting down that rope, that tug of war, and it's like, no, these are not conditions. These are not going to be conditions. This is what it is. This is the truth. This is my own authenticity I'm going to bring to the table. This is the best that I want for me, for you, for us, for all, right? So it's not being afraid. Not being afraid to communicate that stuff. That is like so key right now. And it's hard. It's hard even for this right now, is this Mercury retrograde. Communication is not at its strong point, right? So, and if it is, it's complaining, oh, we just lost net neutrality. You know, most astrologers kind of saw that coming, and it happened on Thursday, which is the conjunction of Mercury and Venus, as Mercury's retrograde. Mercury is our information, communication highway, and Venus is not only our wants and desires, but the ruler of Taurus, which is money. So we have, you know, money involved with communication. And hey, if these people want this world wide web in Sagittarius, this worldly views, worldly religion, worldly information happening, it's going to now cost more money. And is that authentic? Is that real? It's greed. You know, let's call a duck here. That's greed. Somebody in the top wants more money. So now, people like you and I, we have to join forces, and you know, it's no more rebellion and me and my own. It's together, hand in hand, we cross this river. Together, hand in hand, we make this action happen. You know, the power is in the people. Every dollar is a vote. Every time we speak up and say something, you know, to make it truth, to make it something that we can stand behind and stand the test of time and say, yes, I feel good about doing this, saying this, moving forward with these actions, these words, and coming together and doing that together. So again, it's being so true to yourself right now. And sometimes, you know, for me, I've had to take a little bit of time and say, okay, I've wanted to put out a couple videos in the past 2 weeks, but we hit that Mercury retrograde right after I started these videos. And it's like, wow, all right, I got to bring it in here and make sure that what I'm communicating is not only the truth for me to bring forward, but it's coming through in a clear and conscious way so that it can be interpreted and appreciated to anybody that takes the time to watch this stuff, right? So it's almost bringing the ropes in and not just complaining for the sake of complaining. I mean, again, it is cold out here, but it's not about being cold that's the message. You know, this is that crisp air. You know, it's so much better to do it out here than to bring this inside. So some kind of sacrifices, you know, can be done in order for the greater good, right? So it's like coming into self right now, taking the time to do this inner work and saying, yes, this is what I want in life. This is where I see myself projecting. This is where I'm going to aim my bow and arrow and shoot, and I'm going to hit the bullseye, right? So tonight, 1:30 a.m. depending where you're at, exactly 1:30 a.m. look up at that big old moon, make a wish, and know that it's going to come true, because it's the life that you're creating, the life that you're manifesting, and the life that you desire in your own purpose. I love it. I love it so much. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to check this out. And I hope you the best on your journey, whatever that is, whatever you're planning on doing in your life. I'm just so excited for you. I love you. I wish you enough.